Hi everyone, and welcome to Power Plays. I'm Harry, and today we're going to be talking about how to make money in Two Point Museum. You're going to want to make sure you're all over this, otherwise your museum is going to absolutely stink up the place. So do make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop the video a like if this has helped you, and tell me in the comments, what are your key money making strategies? So let's have a little talk. I'm just going to have this on slow speed. And excuse the mess. When you get to this museum, you will understand the mess. Although I do have a lot of space, I should probably expand. I don't know why that's decided to say. Anyway. Money. There are a number of different ways to make money, having a healthy bank balance like that. But the number one thing to know is that you don't get loads and loads of money in this game unless you're playing for like years and years and years and years and years and years. Gone are the days where you have millions and millions in the bank. That just doesn't happen. And you know, if you have a bad month, you'll probably have a good month the next month. There are lots of swings. It definitely goes up and down. And I mean, you can see if I just flip over to this, take that out, overall income, overall outgoings really low, but like you can see income does, you know, just go up and down. Like if I go years, I mean, I'm doing pretty well there. But yeah, it definitely goes up and down. It does fluctuate quite a bit. So that is something to keep in mind, especially if you're, you know, donation bins, you know, aren't doing the business. Like if they're completely full, people can't put donations in, so that's going to stop some income. You know, maybe for some reason you had a delay in your tickets because there's a bit of a queue, less people are going to come in, etc, etc, etc. So you know, you do get some swings. Do not worry about it. So ways to make money. Well, number one, straight off the bat, you get a grant. You get a grant every single month that comes in. I wonder if here we go. Yeah, you get a grant that comes in, so you can see here my monthly grant, 59999. If you are 100%, you'll hit basically 6,000. This is essentially 6,000, and then for every percent you go down, you lose 10. So I wouldn't worry too much, but the monthly grant is, you know, it's quite a big thing. You can see here, like I'm towards the end. Well, I am right at the very end of this museum, and you can see, like, in comparison, the grant versus my income versus my donations, it does help, but you know, it's not massive. But early on, this is probably going to keep you afloat, that's for sure. You then got your donations income, you got your museum income, obviously staff wages taken out, and then just a few other bits and pieces. Now, donations, obviously, the higher buzz levels, the more people are going to donate. Let's see, is there a... yeah, impress guests to receive donations. Guests with higher buzz donate larger amounts, and then the security guards must collect the donations. Now, you get the donation as soon as they drop it in. So it's not that you only get the money once they collect. So I'm trying to see... Obviously, I'm on slow motion, so it's not happening as much, but you can see the money go up in line with as they're dropping the donation. It's just if the bin's full, they can't donate anymore. So I do like to, or I prefer to use the bigger donation stands. You don't unlock them straight away, but you get them fairly early on in the game. But I do occasionally use these smaller ones just for if I've just not got the space, to be honest. Yeah, that will cover all of them. So yeah, donations are a big thing. Make sure guests are happy, increase the buzz, and the donations will come in. And you can check to see how well like an exhibit's doing. And you can see, hey, we've got one at the museum, that's how many views we've had, and that's how many lifetime donations. So you can see if there's an exhibit that, you know, maybe isn't doing as well as you thought. I will find one somewhere. This one, I've had this one for a while. There'll be one somewhere, you know. Okay, yeah, this one's not doing that well. So you might go, all right, okay, what's wrong with it? Oh, it's only average quality. Can I get something better? You know, what exhibits have I got in here? Okay, this is a circle one. You know, and start doing that. Oh, it's still only average quality, but you know what I'm getting at. You can have a little monitor to, you know, to kind of figure out what's going on with the donations. Ticket sales are obviously a massive bit of income. You saw there. It was, if I go ticket sales, if I just compare all my incomes, you can see donations absolutely top. Right? Yeah. What's the one right at the very top? Let's get rid of them all a sec. I want to know what the... Oh, my monthly grant. Weird. Woo. Anyway. No, it's not my monthly grant. I've got something ticked. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Overall outgoings. Thank you. I knew I had something ticked. So you can see donations absolutely dwarf everything. So getting that buzz is number one. Ticket sales. Actually my lowest source of income. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. And that's because people come in for a long time. I know this person's about to leave, but people come in for a long period of time. I wonder, do you know what? That person's about to leave. They arrived back in April. But this is April. You can see they then get to December, they then get to April again. They've been in the museum. Hang on, let's see how long. So, April 26th. They then come round, April again. So they've been 1 year, 2 years. Yeah, they're 2 and a bit years in here. So they paid, and I've probably changed the prices since then, but you know, they paid $95, I'm going to call it, to get in. That is nothing compared to the donations that they would have done. And I mean, like, you can see, so they paid $95 to get in, $441 donation just right there. You know, they've then bought some food, bought some drinks, they've done another $744 donation. So you can see ticket sales aren't the be all and end all. So I wouldn't go crazy with your ticket prices. You know, I'm on the higher end there, but I like to make sure that the ticket price is worth the money. Essentially what I tend to do is I bring it up to comfortable and then I bring it back down into worth. So you can see it was comfortable there. I'll bring this down a bit and we'll see. Essentially, I like to have them all as worth just because it gives that happiness boost, makes people stay for longer, people don't refuse to pay. The longer they're in the museum, the more they're going to donate. It is key. And so, yeah, I've got food and drink. So you've got vending machines, but again, vending machines aren't that much. We look here, like I've got them at 7. I think they start off at 5. If you think about it, you don't sell tons and tons and tons of them. And at 7 a pop, you know, it's just not that much money. So if we drop down to, well, I guess it's going to be full under cafe income. But you can see, like, it's up there, but it's not that high. And what's driving it is this, essentially, which is my cafe. You can see it's $260 a pop, and it has so many benefits. 100% get a cafe in, because, you know, even if, you know, you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, that's $1,200. You see another $260 there, but you know, that's $1,250 dollars straight off the bat. Definitely worth having a cafe, and you get all these other bonuses as well. Increased buzz, increased happiness. People are going to stay for longer. The donation wheel goes around. It's all about keeping people in your museum as long as physically possible. We then flip over to the gift shop, merch. Now, I actually don't have all the available merch that you can get here. You know, you can get lots of different things. So if I open up, you can start doing your bookcase and make sure you've got one for each theme. If you have multiple themes in your museum, make sure you've got one of each. You got your trinket sales, you got your plushies, you got your poster stand, you got your toy stand, and you got your, there we go, onesie stand. I don't have a onesie stand in here. Oh no, I do. There it is. It's just hiding there. Definitely make sure you have a onesie stand, because then you can see kids looking really cool in these onesies. There's also an achievement behind the onesies, where you want to have a kid in each onesie for each theme in one go. So definitely make sure you're all over that. But make sure you've got all the different types of items in there, because then you can, where is it? Here it is. you can see Spacebook, Space Onesie, plushie, poster, toy, trinket. Lots of different ways of getting income. That means if a guest doesn't want one particular thing, they'll come in and they'll get the other. Gift shops don't have to be massive. I do tend to do bigger than what I've got now, in all fairness, but they don't have to be massive. But you can see running quite smoothly, not a huge queue, but just slowly racking in that cash. And again, if I compare, you can see gift shop income, quite high up there. So definitely important to have. Definitely make sure you've got the variety. And as I said, I like to keep on forgetting which one's which. Have the prices are worth, just so it gives that happiness boost that everyone stays in. Other ways of making money. You can obviously sell exhibits. If you get some exhibits like here, I've got max knowledge. There's no, I've already got a pristine galactic ball anomaly, so I might as well sell it. Now, keep in mind that the price that you sell it for is not going to be the price that it cost you for to do the exhibition. So if I see this, it's my celestial sell for 1,500. It's just average quality, nothing special about it. If I go into the expedition, it's going to cost me 2.5 grand, and that's the one that I was looking at. 2.5 grand. So it's a way of recovering some of your money, but it's not, you're not going to be a running profit on the expeditions. You're always going to be running at a loss, but you'll recover some of the money from it. You know what? If I just move this, maybe up here a bit. Oh, you can see everything shuts down. Is everything going to open up again? Yes, good. They're all linked. But yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, you're not going to be making money on expeditions. But if you're in a pinch, you can sell a few. You can definitely recoup some of your money back. But yeah, it is definitely one way of just getting some cash back. And you can certainly, some of them are going to be decent. That's 10 grand. That could be a couple of months worth of money for you. You can also sell some things that you make in the workstation. Again, though, you're not going to be making a profit on it. So I could sell some of these, but it's just not big money. You can sell some perks that you get given. If you do an expedition to purposely get this perk, you won't be making money. But if you get the perk as a result of, say, doing some analysis, well, that can be beneficial. Let me upgrade this. That can definitely be beneficial. Other ways of making money. There are loads. There are so much. Do I even have one here? Let's have a look. We now have sponsorship. Yes, I do. It's over here. Sponsorship. Very good way of making money in a pinch. So, essentially, you go to this menu, you can get a sponsorship. Some of them will have negative happiness ratings, and it will tell you if it does. So, you need to take that into account. But you can essentially see here that each month I'm getting 2 and a bit grand. And I'm getting a bonus for every guest view, and you can see my lifetime revenue is bonus revenue, and my lifetime monthly pay on this is absolutely massive. So definitely worth having them in, but just take into account that some of them might have a negative effect on happiness. So if I put this cheesy governs one in here. Let's see, 165. Let's just put the price up to similar. Let's do 160. So with that now, I'm going to get monthly pay of 1,500, and every time someone looks at it, 144. Happy days. You will make a decent chunk of money. So I would definitely recommend putting these sponsors in, especially if you're struggling for cash. But just take into account that some of them could have a happiness impact. There is like a read diffuser one, which apparently stinks, but that does have an impact on happiness. And you will just want to make sure that they're in, decent traffic areas. So this one's right at the very front. So quite often, a lot of people will get their tickets and they'll just come have a quick look, and then they'll go have a look around. So you're still making good amounts of profit. Other ways. So there are some exhibitions that you can just purely make money from. Maybe this one? Yeah, there we go. This expedition, one of the answers is actually money. It does cost 7.5 to do, and I think you get like 15 grand from it. Let's find out. Let's find out. I want to get higher levels, that's for sure. Can we get a 9 in there? And do... Oh, no. I need a pilot wings. This is taking longer than I would like. Why? Oh, I'll just take the... Just so we can be quick. I'll take the helicopter damage to speed things up. And let's hope we get some money from it. But it is one of the expeditions that you can get money from. You can't get money from all maps, but you know, this is one that you could potentially do some farming to get. But the risk is that you only get a perk, and well, we'll see. It cost me 7.5. We'll see what I get and how much I can sell it for. But I personally wouldn't recommend the strategy, but you know, it can do a bit of a bonus. Need to make sure that someone goes in there. So let's open this crate. Let's see what we've got. We got a buzz boost. We got a perk. So if I then go to perks, buzz boost, sell 1 grand. Definitely wasn't worth it. You can see there. But you never know. You might get lucky. You might get the money one. But it's just too much of a risk. Too much of a risk to do. I'll do it again just to see. But yeah. Occasionally as well, you get some exhibit events. Obviously, we've not had one so far, but essentially an external party will say, hey, will you put this exhibit in your museum? And it kind of comes with it can be good, it can be bad. I've only ever have it work out good because it's so easy to make it work out good. But essentially, all you have to do is you have to place the exhibit in your museum, and you have to make sure it's well decorated, make sure that it's in a high traffic area, and what will happen is you'll get paid usually about 20 grand. Didn't do it again, so definitely not worth it. But yeah, you'll probably get around 20 grand, and the amount of views isn't that high. It's about 30 to 40 views, and you just have to get it up to, you know, maybe level 4, level 5. Actually, no, I've only ever seen level 4, but you should be planning to get your exhibits level 5 anyway. So yeah, let me talk about loans. Obviously, loans. I was going to say that's it. Loans is a way of making money. Well, obviously not making money, but getting an injection in cash fairly quick. Now, these loans, because I find you're not going through money, like you're not burning through money. I've never had like a 10 grand loss or something like that. You know, or I might have, but you know, it doesn't happen often. These loans can last a long time, especially since you can get them all at once. If you think that you've got a 650k like loan like out there, yes, you've got to repay it, and there is a cost. You know, you'll end up, if you took out all of them, you'd end up paying about 14 grand each month. You know, a decent amount of interest. But it's definitely worth using, especially when you're in a pinch. You've just got to remember that those interest payments will start to rack up. If you take the Smart Like Cash, the top one, at 5% over 60 months, you're going to end up paying about 45 grand in interest. Whereas over here, the swindles, you're going to end up paying 12 grand. And over here, you're only going to be paying 2.5.
Whoa.
Now, I know the term's longer, but say if you want 300 grand for some reason, you're just better off taking these two than taking that. Your interest that you're going to pay over the time is only 15 grand, and your total monthly repayments will be slightly higher. It'll be 7 grand versus 7 and a bit grand versus 6.6 grand. But this one you're going to be having for longer. This one you'll pay off quicker, and you can always, you know, worst case, take this loan, pay off some of the others, you know, when you're part the way through, etc. I like to play around with it. I never like to have all loans at once, but say like if I've got this 50k loan, sometimes I'll take out the 100k loan to then pay off the 50k loan to to then have a bit of injection of cash. But I usually don't like having multiple loans at once. But yeah, it's just worth knowing that if you take this one, you're going to pay about 400 grand back. You take this one, you're about 212 grand back, and this one, it's only like an extra 2-3k. So worth knowing, but it is going to come out of your monthly payments. So you can see here, it will be somewhere. Yeah, loan interest. There we go. This is always helpful to have a look at, so you can see like if you're struggling with money, like what's going wrong. I also find the graphs like really useful, so I can see, all right, okay, what's my overall income, and what's my staff wages as a proportion of that. Really low, so absolutely happy days. You can obviously also kind of have a look at all these other things. How's my length of visit going? Yeah, let me just get rid of overlink. Well, I mean, let's have a look. You can see, obviously, if I just do years, that's probably a better graph to look at. You can see these two, they do obviously have a relationship. This goes up, you see me up there, you see it start to plateau. Like, these two definitely have the relationship. The longer people stay, the more donations, the better your income's going to get. And if I throw in overall income, you can see it's, you've also got a very similar relationship. So yeah, definitely wanting to keep that buzz. See, keep that buzz going up, keep those people staying for longer. This will be a good one to look at. Yeah, donations per visit, bit of a dip there, but it's clearly a bit of an anomaly. But yeah, you can see the relationship. So, top tips on making money: increase buzz. Don't worry too much about your ticket price. Just focus on guest happiness to make sure that people are in there for longer. So people donate more and more and more. Like as I said, $80-$90 ticket. A month later, 82 donation. A couple of months later, 100. So they already have donated more than their ticket. But if you have the ticket too high, they won't be as happy. They might not even come in. Don't cut your nose off to spite your face. That's what we say. Definitely get sponsorships in. They're going to make you a decent amount of money. And just be sensitive about your prices. As I said, I always like to have them on the worth side than the comfortable side. It goes not worth, comfortable, worth. So definitely worth looking at. And that is how you make money in 2 Point Museum. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check the link out in the description so you can see my playlist on all my tips, all my tricks, all 5 stars, all 5 museums. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Bye for now.